Hello students, I am Assistant Professor Aparna Kedari and I am going to deliver lecture on metals and non-metals. So metals and non-metals, all the objects or the material in the world are made from elements, compounds or their mixture, and the scientists classified these all elements into three general types, and these types are the metals, non-metals and the metalloids. So let's start with metals. Gold, silver, iron, copper, aluminium, and magnesium, then calcium. So we can draw wire or sheets from metals. The metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metal lose their valence electron to produce positively charged ion, and these positively charged ion are called cations. That is the valence, the electrons which are present in the valence shell of metals. Metals have ability to lose this valence electron easily, and they are converted into positively charged species or ions, and these ions are called cations. Then next is the physical properties of metal. The first is the physical state. At ordinary temperature, metals in the solid state. However, metals like mercury, gallium, and are exception which are liquid state even at the room temperature. Here you can in this picture you can see the sodium is the solid at room temperature. Mercury and the gallium are liquid at room temperature. Therefore, these are the exceptional cases. Otherwise, the metals are stay in the solid state at room temperature. Then next is the luster. Take copper vessel at your metals have luster. So for this, there is one experiment. Take copper vessel at your home, then scrub them with lemon or rinse with water. Observe the luster before and after cleaning. The light gets reflected from the cleaned and freshly cut surface of metal, and the metal looks luster. Then hardness. Here you can see the metals have luster. Then hardness, generally metals are hard, non-soft. The exception sodium and the potassium are metals are ductile. That is the way we can draw wire from these metals. When metal is pulled through a hole, its wire is formed. This property of metal is called ductility. Here you can see we can draw wire or we can make wires from copper metal. That is copper metal and copper wire. Then next is the malleability. Metals are malleable. Take an iron nail, place it on platform and keep on hammering it. After some time you will see the thin sheet forming. That is we can draw sheets from metals by hammering. This property is called the malleability of metal. Here you can see the gold. We can hammer this gold and we can make coins or sheets of metals from gold or from any metal. Then therefore the metals are malleable. Then metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Therefore, the next physical property is the conduction of electricity. Metals are good conductor of electricity. Lead is an exceptional case, which is neither a good conductor of heat or nor good conductor of electricity. Then density. Metals have high density. Sodium, potassium and lithium are exceptions having lower density than water. That is, they are less denser than water. The density of lithium is only 0.53 gram per centimeter cubic. Then melting point and boiling point. Metals have high melting point and boiling point. There are some exceptional cases like mercury, gallium, sodium and potassium. They have low melting. If we strike these metals, then they produce sound. and this property is called sonority, and the metals are sonorous. Then non-metals, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus are few non-metals. Generally, the metals are brittle and non-lustrous. The physical properties of non-metals. Physical state: at ordinary temperature, non-metals occurs as a solid, liquids, and gases also. For example, solid carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus is present as a solid as an ordinary temperature. Then bromine is a liquid, is present in a liquid state. Then hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen present as a gaseous substances or gaseous in nature at ordinary temperature. Then luster. Generally, the non-metals do not have luster except diamond and iodine crystal. Some non-metals are colorless while others have different colors. For example, sulfur is a yellow in color, bromine is a brown in color. So, generally, non-metals do not have luster, but the diamond and iodine have luster. Here in this picture, you can see diamond and iodine have they are luster, and sulfur is yellow in color. Then brittleness. For this, non-metals are brittle. They take coal and hammer it, see what happens to it. The solid non-metals are brittle, some non-metals are soft, but the diamond is allotrope of carbon, and it's an exception case, which is hardest natural substance. The ductility. That is, we cannot draw wire or sheets. We cannot make sheets from non-metals. So they are non-ductile and non-malleable. Then conduction of heat and electricity. Non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity, except graphite. Graphite is also allotrope of carbon, which is very good conductor of electricity. So this is the exceptional case. Then density. Non-metals have low density, melting point and boiling points of non-metal. Non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Exceptions: solid non-metals like carbon, boron melts at high temperature. Then metalloids. Uh, Some elements such as arsenic, silicon, germanium, antimony have properties which are intermediate between the metals and non-metal, and such elements are called non-metalloids. So metalloids have the intermediate property between the metals and non-metals. Then chemical properties of metal. First is the electronic configuration. The electronic configuration is the basis of chemical behavior. That is the number of electron taking part in the reaction. So the chemical properties of any element is depend on its electronic configuration. So majority of metals have up to 3 electron in its outermost shell. So metal, then atomic number, then its electronic configuration. So first is the sodium, magnesium and aluminum. The atomic number of sodium is 11, atomic number of magnesium is 12, and the atomic number of aluminum is 13. The atomic nucleus are the number of protons present in the nucleus of that element. So atomic number of sodium is 11 and its electronic configuration is 2 at 1. Therefore, sodium contains one valence electron in its outermost shell. Then magnesium, its atomic number is 12 and its electronic configuration is 2 at 2. That is, magnesium contains 2 electron outermost valence electron or 2 electrons in the outermost valence shell. Then Aluminium, its atomic number is 13 and its electronic configuration is 2 at 3. Therefore, 3 valence electron present in the valence shell of aluminium. Then next is the formation of ions. Metals have tendency to lose their valence electron and form positively charged ions, and these ions called cations. So here in first example, sodium. that is it contain one valence electron, therefore it easily loses its valence electron, and it attend the stable electron configuration of neon. But here one electron, number of electron, one electron is less in sodium ion, but the proton is 11. So one extra positive charge, therefore sodium ion, that is cation, is formed. Then magnesium loses its 2 electron, therefore 2 8. So magnesium 2 plus. So magnesium loses its 2 electron and it gets 2 plus, that is 12 protons remains in the nucleus of magnesium, but 2 electrons are less when it loses its 2 electron. Please consider here 2 electron. Then 2 8 configuration. Therefore, the 8 metals have tendency to lose their valence electron and form positively charged ion, and these ions are called cations. Then reaction with oxygen, metals react with oxygen or combines with oxygen to form their oxides. So metal plus oxygen, it gives metal oxide. For example, magnesium react with oxygen and it gives magnesium oxide, and it is basic in nature. The metals oxides are basic in nature. The metal oxides react with acid to form a salt and water. For example, here magnesium oxide plus HCl, that is acid, it gives salt, that is magnesium dichloride, plus water is formation. So metal oxides react with acids and they give salts plus water. Then reaction with acid. Most of the metals react with dilute acids to form metal salts while hydrogen gas is released. Metal plus dilute acids, it gives salt plus hydrogen. So hydrochloric acid plus magnesium, it gives magnesium chloride plus hydrogen. That is, hydrogen is released when metal react with dilute acids or acids. Then reaction with water. Most of the metals do not show any observable or fast reaction with cold water. But some metals like sodium, potassium react with cold water to produce their hydroxide, that is sodium hydroxide or the potassium hydroxide. So they react with the cold water. Then magnesium metal requires steam to give similar reactions. Then chemical properties of non-metal. Here are some examples: sodium, nitrogen, oxygen, and chlorine. The atomic number of nitrogen is 7, atomic number of oxygen is 8, and the atomic number of chlorine is 17. Then its electronic configuration is 2 5 2 6 2 8 7. So this is the electronic configuration of this nitrogen, oxygen, and chlorine. Then chemical properties of non-metals, formation of ions. Then non-metals have tendency to accept electron because when they accept electron, then they attain the stable electron configuration of noble gases. So they easily accept electron in their valence shell to form the negatively charged ions, because here number of protons remains same but number of electrons increases. Therefore, they acquires negative charge, and these negatively charged ions are called anions. So, for example, here chlorine 287 electronic configuration. When it accepts one electron, then it attains the stable electronic configuration of argon. So, it easily accepts this electron and it gives chlorine ion or chloride ion Cl minus 288. Then reaction with water, non-metals combine with oxygen to form their oxides. The non-metal plus oxygen, it gives a non-metal oxide. The oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature. They react with bases to form soluble salts and water. For example, here carbon react with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide. Then carbon dioxide plus sodium hydroxide, it gives sodium carbonate plus water. The oxides of non-metals react with water to form acid. That is, carbon dioxide react with water, it gives carbonic acid, S2CO3. Then noble metals, some metals like gold, silver, platinum, palladium, or rhodium are non-noble metals. Then they occur in nature in the elemental state. Then gold with 100% pure is called 24 karat gold. Pure gold is soft as a result of ornament. As a result, the ornaments made from pure gold blend and they break due to pressure. Therefore, gold they mix it with a certain proportion of copper and silver. Ornaments are made from 22 karat gold or gold with a still smaller carat value. Then uses of noble metals. The gold, silver, platinum are used to prepare ornaments. Then silver used in medicines. It has antibacterial property. Then gold and silver also used to make medals. Then gold and silver also used to make few electronic devices. Then platinum and palladium metals are used as a catalyst. Then corrosion, the gases in the air react with metals in presence of moisture and forms the metal compounds. The metals are get affected by this process and undergo what is the this process is called the corrosion. The reddish color deposit is formed on the iron by reaction with oxygen gas. A greenish color deposit is formed on copper by reaction with carbon dioxide gas. A blackish colored deposit is formed on silver by reaction with hydrogen sulfide gas. So, to prevent corrosion on metal, layers of oil or grease, varnish, and paints are applied on them. Also, plating with another non corroding metal is done. Iron is arrested by zinc plating. Here you can see the corrosion of iron. It gives reddish brown color. Then alloy, a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or a homogeneous mixture of metal with non-metal is called alloy. Then alloys are made by mixing the constant element in as per the requirement. For example, stainless steel utensils are used at home are made up of alloy or the iron with carbon, chromium or nickel. That is the steel is alloy of iron with carbon and chromium and nickel. The alloy bronze is formed from copper and tin. That is mixture of copper and tin. Here you can see in this picture the bronze alloy. Thank you.